Most people think the gap between being broke and being wealthy is built on luck or a high IQ. But after 20 years of observing how money actually moves, I've realized it's something much simpler. It's a software issue. I've seen people go from total financial chaos to building nine-figure empires. It wasn't because they found a secret investment. It's because they deleted the broke programming that most of us are handed at birth. Today, I'm breaking down the 6 specific psychological traps that act as a ceiling on your bank account, and how you can quietly upgrade your mindset to break through them. 1. The subconscious money blueprint. Every financial move you make, from the salary you accept to the guilt you feel buying a coffee, is governed by a subconscious blueprint. Research in financial psychology shows these are often inherited from our parents before we even understand what a dollar is. Ask yourself, which role were you taught to play? The avoidant? You were taught that money is the root of all evil, so you subconsciously push it away to stay virtuous. The chaser? You believe money is the only source of happiness, leading to a treadmill of never-ending work with zero fulfillment. The performer? You use money to buy status because you confuse your net worth with your self-worth. The sentinel. You save everything out of fear. Even with $1 million in the bank, you're still living like you're 1 week away from being homeless. The upgrade. Identify which one is yours. Write down your first ever memory of money. Was it a moment of stress or a moment of safety? Once you name the script, you stop being its character. 2. The internal thermostat. We all have an internal financial thermostat. If you believe you are a $60,000 a year person and you suddenly land a $150,000 opportunity, your brain will actually panic. You'll start overspending, procrastinating, or picking fights at work, all to cool down your reality back to that comfortable $60,000. The upgrade, you have to expand your identity before you expand your income. Start saying, I am the type of person who manages large resources with ease. If you don't change the setting on the thermostat, the room will never stay warm. 3. The usage filter. Assets versus liabilities. Wealthy people don't buy stuff, they buy tools. Most people ask, can I afford this? Which is a short-term question. Wealthy people ask, what is the return on this? A car is a tool that depreciates, a liability. A course or a new skill is a tool that compounds, an asset. A designer bag is a tool that signals status but drains capital, a liability. The upgrade, before you swipe your card, ask, is this putting money back in my pocket or just taking it out? If it doesn't pay you back in time, energy, or cash, it's a weight, not a wing. 4. The bandwidth trap. Scarcity mindset. Scarcity is a biological survival mechanism, but it's a disaster for wealth building. When you operate from a lack mindset, your brain's cognitive bandwidth actually shrinks. You focus on the berries in front of you instead of planting the orchard. I remember being terrified to invest in my business because I thought, what if this is the last bit of money I ever make? But that fear kept me small. The upgrade, shift your focus from protection to creation. Instead of asking, how do I keep this? Ask, how do I multiply this? Money is a renewable resource. Your time and mental energy are not. 5. The fear of the tuition fee. Psychologists call this loss aversion. We feel the sting of losing $1,000 much more than the joy of making $1,000. This is why people stay in jobs they hate or keep money in safe accounts that lose value to inflation. The upgrade, reframe every loss as a tuition fee. If a business fails, you didn't lose money, you paid for a high-level masterclass in what doesn't work. When you stop fearing the fee, you become dangerous in the marketplace. 6. The time value inversion. This is the ultimate trap, selling your time to save money. If you spend 4 hours on a Saturday DIYing a repair to save $100, but your potential hourly rate is $50, you didn't save money. You broke even and lost your weekend. Wealthy people understand that you can always make another dollar, but you can never make another minute. They buy back their time so they can focus on high-leverage activities. The upgrade: calculate your wealth rate equals total income divided by 2,000 hours. If a task costs less than your rate, outsource it. The conclusion: building wealth isn't about working harder, it's about thinking better. Pick one of these 6 shifts, just one, and apply it to a decision you have to make this week. If you found this valuable, join the Quiet Upgrade community by subscribing. Let's build something substantial quietly.